Start your warm-up with a double leg jump rope. Stay light on your feet with your entire body relaxed. Your feet should be contacting the floor just in front of your arch. When jump roping, use your wrists to propel the rope and not your arms. Stay in a neutral position, which means you are not leaning forward or backward. Perform each jump rope variation for 40 to 60 seconds and rest for 10 seconds. Start the kick out jump rope by kicking forward and backward with one leg while jumping twice on the other. Alternate legs every 2 jumps. Next, run in place while jump roping. The last form of jump roping is called butt kicks. Kick your butt with your heels while running in place. In 6-point lunges, start in a standing position. Lunge to the side, 45-degree angle, straight ahead, straight with the other leg, 45-degree angle, then back to the side. Notice that the hips, chest, and knees are always facing forward. One cycle is 6 lunges. Perform 4 cycles. Begin the bodyweight squat with legs shoulder width apart and hands together at the chest. Squat low enough so your thighs are parallel to the floor and your lower back is straight. Keep your chest tall and look forward. Do 10 total. For the quad pull, grab one foot and pull it up and back. Hold for 2 seconds. Lean forward slightly for a deeper stretch and do 10 repetitions per leg. For the ham hug, grab the knee and pull up and back for 2 seconds. Lean backward for a deeper stretch and do 10 repetitions per leg. Start the leg swing with one hand against the wall for balance. Swing your leg forward, then backward while keeping your leg mostly straight and loose. Kick higher as you get warmer. Now that we have finished our lower body warm-up, let's begin the lower body weightlifting exercises. Begin the deadlift with one of 3 grips: overhand, underhand, or mixed. I prefer underhand because you will use overhand grip for another exercise the following day. If you used mixed grip, make sure you alternate which hand is over and under each set to build both sides equally. Once you decide on a grip, start with your feet shoulder width apart and your hands slightly wider than shoulder width. At the bottom or starting position, keep a slight bend in your knees, lower back arched inward or straight, and the bar over the center of your feet. Begin the lift by straightening your hips and leaning up and back with your upper body. Try to lift your chest upward and straighten your body in one powerful pull. Keep your lower back tight during the entire lift in order to protect your lower back. As you begin adding weight, you should feel more tension in your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back, also known as your posterior chain. The goal of a warm-up is to practice correct lifting technique and prepare your body for maximum intensity, not to fatigue your body. Everyone is different, so adjust the warm-up as needed. Make sure you rest sufficiently in between warm-up sets so your muscles do not accumulate too much lactic acid. 30 to 90 seconds is usually sufficient. You are now ready to start your working sets. A working set requires you to lift with maximum effort and intensity for each repetition. Your muscles need to be fresh before starting each set, so rest as long as needed in between each set. 2 to 5 minutes is usually sufficient. Notice that the form does not change in spite of the heavy weight. Even if the weight is heavy enough to slow down the movement, you should still try to lift the weight as fast as you can. As the weight decreases, notice that the speed of the lift increases. This is because I am still focusing on generating maximum power even though the weight is lighter. This is called compensatory acceleration. I'm lifting each rep as if it was 100% of my 1 rep max, even if the weight is lighter. In essence, you are compensating the lower weight with increased speed. This is why it is called compensatory acceleration. Working sets 7 and 8 will use a weight that is 65% of your 1 rep max, performed 6 times. These are called driving sets because they require you to shrug your shoulders and extend onto your toes at the top of the motion to help you drive the bar upward with maximum power. Remember that speed is power. Our next exercise is the back squat. Grab the bar slightly wider than your shoulder width before lifting the bar. This will ensure that the bar is sitting evenly on your shoulders and not leaning toward one side or the other. The bar should rest on your trapezius muscles right below the cervical, which is the pointy bone at the bottom of your neck. When performing the back squat, your butt should be at knee level or slightly below at the bottom of the motion. Keep your knees and toes pointing forward, and feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider depending on which width allows you to lift more weight and be more stable. Keep your lower back tight and straight at all times, chest up, and look forward. Be careful that your knees do not go past your toes at any time during the motion. The bar should go straight up and down and not lean forward or backward at any point. Now that your body is warmed up for the back squat, you are ready to do working sets. Working sets 1 and 2 should use 95% of the 1 rep max for 1 repetition per set. The squat should start by bending your hips and sticking your butt back like you are sitting back onto a stool. Then push powerfully off the ground with your heels and drive upward with your chest to lift the bar. Working sets 3 and 4 will use 85% of the 1 rep max, with 2 repetitions per set. Just like the deadlift exercises, lift each repetition with as much power as your 1 rep max, even though the weight has decreased. Working sets 5 and 6 will use 75% of the 1 rep max, with 4 repetitions per set. Be sure to drive through your heels powerfully and all the way to the top of the movement to maximize the compensatory acceleration. Working sets 7 and 8 will use 65% of the 1 rep max with 6 repetitions per set. Here you will be performing drive sets where you lift the bar as high and quickly as possible by extending through your toes at the top of the movement. It should almost feel like you're jumping, but don't actually jump. Next, warm up your shoulders with a 10 to 45 pound weight. Hold the weight with your hands close together and pull the weight as high and as close to your body as possible. Perform 12 repetitions. Use a weight that is 25 to 30% of the 1 rep max of your deadlift. Begin by gripping the bar considerably wider than your shoulder width. Place the bar over the middle of your feet, squat low, and keep your chest tall and facing forward. Begin the lift by deadlifting the bar up to your knees. Once the bar approaches the knees, explosively pull the bar over your head in a standing position as fast as possible. Punch your arms outward at the top and lock your elbows and hold that top position for 2 seconds before lowering the bar. Keep the bar close to your body and try to jump in order to lift the bar. Most of your power should be generated with your hips. Perform 4 sets with 3 reps per set. If you are using metal plates with no rubber coating, make sure you lower the weights slowly. You should only be dropping the weights if you have rubber plates. Finish off the lower body exercises with explosive jump roping. Do consecutive doubles, which means swinging the rope twice for each jump for 20 seconds. Then rest for 10 seconds before engaging in the next set. If you cannot perform consecutive doubles, do singles and add doubles whenever you can for 40 seconds, and then rest for 10 seconds. Your goal should be to build up to doing consecutive doubles. After finishing your jump rope circuit, cool down with freestyle jump roping. Mix in whatever kind of jump roping and be creative. This will help your body relax and cool down for stretching. After you have finished all the lower body exercises, perform the lower body stretch routine.